Cora's journey, focusing on her own path. Before starting the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Chapter 1. The Artist's Struggle. Cora had always been enchanted by the world of art. Growing up in a small town, she found solace in painting, often losing herself for hours in her colorful creations. But moving to the bustling city to pursue her dreams opened her eyes to a different reality. The vibrant art scene was alive with talent, and Cora quickly discovered that the path she chose was not just about passion. It was also a battleground of competition. Despite her talent, Cora often felt overshadowed by her friends and fellow artists. Jenna, her closest friend from art school, had a natural gift for painting. Her work was bold, striking, and drew the attention of many gallery owners. Another friend, Mark, had a unique way of combining different media that set him apart. Cora admired their skills but often felt inadequate in comparison. Each time she attended art shows or gallery openings, she would find herself quietly critiquing her own work, overwhelmed by self-doubt. Why can't I paint like that? She would often wonder, her brush trembling as she stared at her unfinished canvas. She tried to mimic their styles, believing that if she could just paint like Jenna or experiment like Mark, she would find the recognition she craved. But each attempt left her feeling more frustrated and lost. The joy of painting was slipping away, replaced by a relentless pressure to conform to the standards of others. Chapter 2. The Walk in the Park. One particularly gray afternoon, after a disappointing visit to a gallery where her work was not featured, Cora found herself wandering aimlessly through the nearby park. The air was crisp, and the leaves crunched beneath her feet. She breathed in the earthy scent of autumn, trying to clear her mind of the negativity that had clouded her thoughts. As she walked, she noticed a group of children painting on a large canvas propped up against a tree. Their laughter filled the air, and their strokes were wild and carefree. They weren't worried about the outcome. They were simply enjoying the act of creation. Cora stopped to watch, captivated by their enthusiasm. The bright colors splattered across the canvas mirrored the joy on their faces. In that moment, Cora felt a flicker of inspiration igniting within her. She realized that she had lost touch with the essence of why she started painting in the first place. Art had always been her escape, her way of expressing emotions and experiences, not a means to compete with others. Chapter 3. A New Beginning. Returning home, Cora picked up her brush, determined to paint with the same freedom she had witnessed in the park. She set a large canvas on the easel and dipped her brush into a vivid shade of blue, letting her emotions flow onto the canvas. Instead of worrying about technique or style, she allowed her feelings to guide her. She painted her happiness, her fears, and her dreams all intertwined in a swirl of colors that felt alive. The more she painted, the more liberated she felt. Each stroke became a part of her story, and her confidence began to bloom. She experimented with different techniques, layering colors and blending shades in ways that felt authentic to her. The pressure to compare herself to others faded away, replaced by the joy of self-expression. Days turned into weeks as Cora poured her heart into her art. She would often lose track of time, forgetting to eat or sleep as she became consumed by the creative process. Her small studio transformed into a vibrant sanctuary filled with the colors and textures of her imagination. Chapter 4. Sharing her voice. As her collection grew, Cora felt an urge to share her work with the world. She created an online portfolio, showcasing her unique style, and posted her paintings on social media. At first, a wave of anxiety washed over her as she clicked post. What if no one liked her work? What if they compared her to Jenna or Mark? To her surprise, the response was overwhelmingly positive. People resonated with her authenticity and the emotions conveyed in her art. Comments poured in, praising her use of color and the depth of feeling in each piece. For the first time, Cora felt a sense of belonging not because she imitated others, but because she celebrated her individuality. Encouraged by the feedback, Cora decided to organize her first solo exhibition. The thought excited and terrified her. She began planning every detail, from the theme of the exhibition to the way she wanted to present her work. Cora wanted her exhibition to reflect her journey of self-discovery and the importance of focusing on one's own path. Chapter 5. The Exhibition. The day of the exhibition arrived, and Cora felt a whirlwind of emotions. She arrived early to set up the gallery, arranging her paintings in a way that flowed like a narrative. Each piece told a chapter of her journey, from the struggles of self-doubt to the liberation of self-acceptance. As the guests began to arrive, Cora greeted them with a smile, her heart racing with excitement. Friends, family, and even strangers walked through the gallery admiring her work. Cora stood by her favorite piece, a painting filled with swirling colors that represented her journey of letting go and embracing her unique voice. Jenna and Mark arrived together, and Cora felt a mixture of pride and apprehension. She had spent so long comparing herself to them, and now here she was, showcasing her own work. Jenna approached her with a warm smile, her eyes sparkling with admiration. "Cora, this is incredible. I can't believe how far you've come." "Thanks, Jenna. It means a lot coming from you," Cora replied, feeling a wave of gratitude. As the night unfolded, Cora found herself engaging in deep conversations about art and self-discovery. People shared their own struggles with comparison and the pressures of creativity. Cora felt a sense of connection as she listened, realizing that everyone had their own battles to face. Chapter 6: The Moment of Clarity. As the evening wore on, Cora stepped outside for a breath of fresh air. The night sky was dotted with stars, and the city lights twinkled in the distance. She closed her eyes, allowing herself to reflect on how far she had come. It had been a long journey, filled with doubts and insecurities, but she had finally embraced her path. In that moment of clarity, Cora understood that her art was not about seeking approval or validation. It was about sharing her story with the world. Each brushstroke was a testament to her journey, and she was proud of the person she had become. She vowed to continue focusing on her own path, celebrating her uniqueness while supporting others on theirs. Chapter 7: A New Perspective. In the weeks following her exhibition, Cora continued to evolve as an artist. She sought out new experiences, collaborating with other artists and exploring different mediums. Instead of competing, she found joy in learning from others, sharing techniques and ideas that enriched her practice. Jenna and Mark became her allies, not rivals. They frequently met to create together, encouraging each other to explore their creativity without fear. Cora discovered that by letting go of comparison, she could foster genuine connections and collaborations that fueled her artistic growth. Cora also began mentoring aspiring artists, sharing her journey and encouraging them to find their own voices. She wanted to inspire others to focus on their paths, just as she had learned to do. Through workshops and online tutorials, she helped others embrace their individuality, showing them that art was not a competition but a celebration of expression. Chapter 8: The Power of Community. As Cora's reputation grew, she became involved in local art initiatives, organizing community events that promoted creativity and collaboration. She believed in the power of community, and she wanted to create spaces where artists could connect, share, and grow together. One of her proudest achievements was launching an art festival that brought together artists from diverse backgrounds. The event featured exhibitions, live demonstrations, and workshops, all focused on celebrating creativity without competition. Cora poured her heart into planning the festival, hoping to inspire others to embrace their uniqueness and support one another. The festival was a resounding success, attracting visitors from all over the city. Artists shared their work, collaborated on projects, and engaged in discussions about the importance of authenticity in art. Cora watched in awe as individuals who once felt isolated found community and support through creativity. Chapter 9: Embracing Change. As the seasons changed, so did Cora's art. She began to explore new themes, incorporating elements of nature and personal experiences into her work. Each painting became a reflection of her growth, capturing the beauty of change and transformation. Cora also ventured into other forms of creative expression, experimenting with sculpture and mixed media. She found joy in challenging herself and stepping outside her comfort zone. The more she explored, the more she realized that art was limitless, and her voice could resonate in various forms. Despite her success, Cora remained humble and grounded. She often revisited her early struggles, reflecting on the journey that had shaped her into the artist she was today. Each challenge had been an opportunity for growth, and she embraced them as essential parts of her story. Chapter 10: The Ripple Effect. As Cora continued to thrive, she became a beacon of inspiration for those around her. Her story of resilience and self-acceptance resonated with aspiring artists, encouraging them to pursue their passions without fear of judgment. Cora realized that by focusing on her own path, she was not only empowering herself, but also creating a ripple effect that positively impacted others. In time, Cora was invited to speak at various art schools and community centers, sharing her journey and the lessons she had learned. She spoke passionately about the importance of letting go of comparisons, embracing individuality, and finding joy in the creative process. Her talks ignited a spark in many young artists, prompting them to reflect on their own journeys. Cora watched with pride as her words inspired others to take risks and explore their creativity authentically. Chapter 11: A Full Circle. Years passed, and Cora continued to evolve both as an artist and a mentor. One sunny afternoon, she found herself back in the same park where she had first witnessed the children painting. This time, she had a canvas and a group of young aspiring artists by her side, ready to share the joy of creation. As they painted together, Cora smiled at the laughter and excitement surrounding her. She guided them, encouraging their individual styles and reminding them that art was about expression, not perfection. The scene mirrored her own experience, and she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. Cora understood that she had come full circle. The struggles she had faced, the doubts she had overcome, and the connections she had fostered had all contributed to the person she had become. She was no longer just an artist. She was a guide, a mentor, and a source of inspiration for others. Chapter 12. The Legacy. Cora continued to nurture her passion for art while supporting a vibrant community of artists. Her studio became a safe haven for those seeking encouragement, a place where creativity flourished without the constraints of comparison. As the years rolled on, Cora reflected on her journey with gratitude. She knew that focusing on her own path had not only transformed her life, but had also empowered countless others to embrace their uniqueness. Cora had discovered that art was not a destination, but a lifelong journey, a journey meant to be shared. In her heart, she carried the belief that every artist had their own story to tell. Each brushstroke was a step towards self-discovery, and she cherished the opportunity to be part of that process for others. Epilogue. The endless canvas. As Cora stood in her studio, surrounded by her vibrant creations, she felt a profound sense of peace. She had learned that life, much like art, was about embracing the process. Each experience, each struggle, and each triumph contributed to the masterpiece of her life. With a heart full of gratitude, Cora picked up her brush once more. The canvas awaited her, and she was ready to paint a new chapter, one filled with hope, love, and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. She had found her path, and now, she was ready to help others find theirs. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel